What's going on? What is going on? It's your boy Joe Cashflow, and we are live for the Joe Cashflow Friday night at 10. No, it's actually 10 o'clock, but it is 9 p.m. Central Time. We're starting a little early, so I guess it's technically still 10 o'clock for the people on the East Coast. But here's the thing, man. We wanted to start the show just a little bit early. Man, your boy last week been traveling and different things. And I just could not do the show this week. Appreciate it already off the top, man. Let's get it, man. Absolutely, man. We ready to roll. And this show is going to be fire. If you have not already looked at the comment section, the description. What we're talking about tonight on the Joe Cashflow Show is all about making 30K in a month. If you're even a college student, you can do it. It's crazy numbers. We're doing a sick reaction to a very famous entrepreneur. But let me go ahead and say this. For all my entrepreneurs, you know the Joe Cashflow Show is designed to not just entertain, but to talk about money and talk about all kinds of stuff that Joe likes to talk about that typically has a lot to do with cash flow. So since it's a reaction night tonight, and it's a beautiful Friday night in Texas, cheers to you guys, of course. Hope your spirits is up because mine is. So, what is this show always about? Well, this show is always about entertaining, educating my future entrepreneurs, my business people, my people that's been working all week. And you probably still got to work tomorrow. You got to run your business tomorrow. But you're like, man, you know what? I need someone to talk to. Because everybody around me maybe doesn't like to talk about money. But, I don't just want to watch Netflix just to watch it. I want to talk about money. And I always want to talk about money. And I said, well, shoot, we got to create a show for you because I was looking for a show like this. I was looking for something where I can talk about money all the time. And it's not always on no cable television or Netflix or any of the other providers of content. So I said, man, we just got to create the Joe Cashflow Show and call it a day. So either way, that's why the Joe Cashflow Show. So, man, wait a minute. I'm actually going in and out. That's weird. Crazy work. We're going in and out there. There we go. Okay, so we back in. So we might even do another video that we're going to react to tonight. But first, let's talk about why we're doing this video. Well, it's simple. I've seen this title, and I haven't even watched the full video, but the title is "Do This to Make $30,000 a Month as a Student." And I'm like, $30,000 a month as a student. That's like making $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day as a student? A lot of people don't even do that ever. Like they got master's degrees, doctor's degrees, they've been to business school. They don't even make $1,000 a day. And so, wait a minute. Heard of. Let me see something. We're getting some weird activities on the stream. Let me just log into another device really quick just so I can make sure the stream is loading fine because I'm getting some up and down on my side, some buffering, which is weird. I haven't had a buffer in a minute on the stream, man. So let me go ahead and do something really quickly. Let me get something going really quickly so your boy can be locked in. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. Okay, so let's see. By the way, shout out to my barber. Always keeping your boy crazy fresh from literally the head to the beard. That's it, not the head to the toe. So either way, so I seen this title. I said, man, do this to make $1,000 a day, $30,000 a month as a student. You know how long it took me to start making that type of money? Like to ever see that type of return in anything. Like most people in any business don't even make that type of money. And Alex Hormozi is talking about doing this as a student. And so that's why we got to react to this. And so I'm like, okay, I haven't even watched it yet. So Joe Cashflow, I know business. Now, Alex Hormozi, if you guys don't know who he is, let me pull him up really quick so you guys can at least have an idea who this guy is. Alex Hormozi is a entrepreneur. He is a very, very, very famous entrepreneur. Or he's really getting there as a famous entrepreneur. Let me say that. And quick Google search on him. Boom. There you go. So Alex Hormozi. This guy has a massive following. You can see right here on Instagram. The man has a good old-fashioned 2 million followers on Instagram. He also has a lot of people following him on his YouTube channel. Let's click on his YouTube channel so you can see what I mean by this guy is. You guys want to hear something? Oh, there you go. My bad. So this guy 2.3 on YouTube. Alex Hormozi's kind of somebody. You know what I mean? Like when you think of somebody in the entrepreneur world, and he's famous for writing a book called $100 Million Offers. Now, $100 Million Offers, this particular book is a great book. I'm not sitting here trying to like sell the book or anything. And I'm not listening to, look, I run $1 million business. I make great money. I even own the book. I said, let me pick this up. And this guy wrote $100 million offers because he's the $100 million man. You know, he says that he's worth a good $100 million. So I figured, well, shoot, if he's the $100 million man, he wrote a book called $100 Million Offers. And then he makes a video about, do this to make $30K in a month as a student. And I'm like, well, shoot, if a student that doesn't even have a whole lot of time to work can make $30,000 a month, I think that entrepreneurs, business people, or just people that love to talk about money, I think we should know about it. And I think I should react. Now, my reaction, I'm not here to tear anything down. I'm not here to, I'm just here to listen with you and see if it's good. See if it's legit. And you know what? Even if we have the time, maybe, just maybe, we'll go through some things. Now, let's talk about students real quick because students go through a lot of debt. So I'm gonna do a quick Google search on how much, and we're gonna do this one together. You know what? Let's have some fun together on this. I'm going to let's share this here, and let's have some fun together. Let's just look up how much. Wait a minute. There we go. How much what's going on? There you go. How much do college students make? On average, yeah, I like that. On average. Let's just see. So a college student on average, what is the average amount of money college students make? This is saying, okay, this can't be, that's a student salary. What are we talking about here? Working during college. Okay, here we go. Urban Institute, working during college. I'm not sure who they are, but hey, they popped up pretty high. So let's just say 2015, 2016, 58% of students work either full-time or part-time. This is a little bit older, but this doesn't, I've been to college, so working 15 hours a week as a full-time student. I know a lot of people that did that. I know a lot of people who didn't have a shot. They worked 30K. Yeah, wait a minute. I got to put my boy up here. 30K a month is wild, but I definitely want to see it exactly. I mean, this is crazy to hear 30K a month. Rion is a business owner as well. We both do more than that in business, but to hear that as a college student with limited time is ridiculous. I mean, how? Um, so typically, where's the dollar amount? So 725, 13. Give me a dollar. Okay, here we go. Students, depending on full-time income, was $3,900. The median independent student earned $13,000 over the year. Okay, so that's not a lot of money. Now, to put this in perspective, you guys play this out with me. $13,000 is what they're saying. 2016 source. Okay, maybe I'll look at another source, but $13,000 is what they're saying the average student makes while working. Alex Hormozi is saying you can make $30K a month. Essentially, you're making $15K every 2 weeks. To put this in perspective, there's 52 weeks in the year. And every 2 weeks, instead of making $13,000 over 52 weeks, you're telling me I can make $15,000 every 2 weeks. Every 52 weeks, I make 13, but you're showing me that I can make 15 every 2 weeks? This is crazy. Am I the only one that thinks this is real? I mean, Rihanna already said, like this is wild stuff. So we already know, man. So it's like, huh? And then let's just add insult. Can we add insult to injury? Let's add insult to injury. Average, because I gotta at least know this before we go too deep. Average house. Oh, there it is, right there. Average household income. Let's just see what the average household income, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The real median household income in the United States in 2022 was $74,000. So the median, most people, $74,000 a year. Okay. $75,000. Most people. And here we go. We got even a nice little income bracket. Look at this right here. Let me bring this up real quick so we can just understand how ridiculous of a number this is. My man is like, look, 75,000 to 99,000, that's 12%. Percentage of America. 100,000 to 149, 16%. 150, 9%. Over 200,000, 11%. MarketWatch.com, average salary by age 2020. So yeah, let's just look at this too. Let's look at this. Average salary by age. So a 16 to 19-year-old, man, they're working clearly full time, making $32,000 a year. A year. We're talking about a college student. Now, a college student between 19 to 20, that's $39,000 a year income. That means Alex Hormozi is saying that you're going to make in a month what you can make in a year. This is full time. Okay. And look at this. Our biggest group income is 35 to 44. This is supposed to be your, 35 to 55 is supposed to be your prime income years. And the most they make in a year is 67,000. So, what are we talking about here? We're talking about such a ridiculous number that I feel like this deserves a watch. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Let me escape out of this. Give me a second. There we go. This is such a ridiculous number that this does deserve a watch. So, without further ado, now we're going to watch Alex Hormozi, and he's going to explain to us how we can apparently make $30,000 a month as a student. I'm going to assume, by the way, that means this is a part-time opportunity. I mean, honestly, if it was a full-time opportunity, that'd be nice. But let's just assume it's a part-time opportunity. So either way, let's go ahead and put this bad boy up. Let's play this. Let me actually do one thing because, I want to make sure that this whole thing actually plays. All right, so either way. Alex Hormozi, take it away.
Business to start for students where you can earn $1,120 per day in profit, not revenue. You can do it while you're still in school. And for anyone who's not in school, you could still do it only 4 hours per day. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you the Super Saiyan version of this that can make you $1 million a year. It was one of the 3 businesses that I almost started before deciding to start my gym. And the business was test prep and or tutoring.
All right, I'm sorry. I got to pause really quickly. Really, really early on. Alex, wait a second. I actually had to pause because I feel like you know what? Let me take some notes. Y'all, I got to take notes on this one. I didn't know what I was going to be getting into, but I actually need to take notes. Let me do myself a favor. Oh man, wait a second, Joe. I gotta get my notes out on this one because if I'm not mistaken, he said all revenue, and at the same time, he said he's going to show you how you can do $1 million. I'm assuming he's still talking about as a student. So can I rewind? Let me rewind this one thing because I want to make sure we're all listening to this at the same time.
The best business to start for students where you can earn $1,120 per day in profit, not revenue. You can do it while you're still in school. And for anyone who's not in school, you could still do it only 4 hours per day. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you the Super Saiyan version of this that can make you $1 million a year. It was one of the 3 businesses that I almost started before deciding to start my gym. And the business was test prep and or tutoring. Most people go about test prep tutoring the wrong way. You don't want to sell tutoring, you want to sell the outcome of tutoring, which is to get into either a...
All right, so Alex Hormozi, 100%. Let's just make sure we're all on the same page right now. Alex Hormozi is definitely getting right to it, and he is saying we heard it right the first time. He is saying you're going to make $1,000 a day in profit. In profit, okay. We just wanted to make sure we're here. And if you're not a student, you're going to make $1 million a year. And the key thing to this, in 4 hours. I'm a successful business owner. I'm nowhere near as successful as Alex Hormozi. I don't have a business. I didn't sell a business. I didn't for $100 million. That's not me. I'm not going to even act like that. But man, let me go ahead and tell you right now. The numbers that he's saying, $1 million, 4 hours, say he almost started, but then he started a gym. We gotta hear this. So let's go ahead and keep this bad boy rolling. Please, $100 million man, teach me your ways.
A job that's going to pay more, or be able to pass a test of some sort, or ideally the standardized tests, which in my opinion are the most valuable tests that you can help someone prepare for. Because when you get into a better school...
Wait a minute. Let me back up. I want to make sure I get this right.
The 3 businesses that I almost started before deciding to start my gym. And the business was test prep.
All right, we got test prep tutoring. Here's one.
And or tutoring. Most people go about test prep tutoring the wrong way. You don't want to sell tutoring, you want to sell the outcome of tutoring, which is to get into either a job that's going to pay more, or be able to pass a test of some sort, or ideally the standardized.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we're all listening to this together, because I am seriously taking notes on this, because I want to make $30,000. I want to make $30,000 a month in 4 hours. I have 4 hours a day right now to make an extra $30K a month. I have 4 hours a day to make an extra $30K a month. So, I mean, why would I not? So he's telling us that we should sell the outcome. Okay, this is standard Alex Hormozi type of content. This is obviously makes sense. I mean, that's what you're doing. So we're looking at job that pays more. So I need to sell you that. If I'm guessing, I need to sell you on doing test prep because you're going to get a job that pays you more. Or just pass the test. That makes sense. Job that pays more. Okay. I'm obviously we haven't got too deep into the video, so I want to know exactly how this, because I'm sure there's a lot of businesses out there that do test prep that helps you do the same thing. So how is this going to make me $1,000 a day? Let's go.
Ideally, the standardized tests, which in my opinion are the most valuable tests that you can help someone prepare for, because when you get into a better school, either college or business school, that has a material difference on the network that those people hang out with, the companies that recruit from those schools, and the average salary and earning capacity of those people.
Okay. So I think that now that okay, so he made a good point. So he's talking about you got test prep, tutoring, and then he said these standardized tests. This would affect what school you get into. So that make okay, so standard tests, part of the outcome is affect the school you get into in our business model. Okay. Affect the school you get into. And this is going to be, of course, good for companies that's going to recruit you from these schools. Got it. Okay. So so far, so here's the thing. So far, this makes sense as a business, but we're 49 seconds in. I get it, but I'm trying to figure out how this is going to. Let me just listen, because this, I'm like, okay, I'm sure there's a lot of businesses like this. How does this make us $30K a month? Let's go. Let's see.
That recruit from those schools and the average salary and earning capacity of those people. College was the original biz op. It was anybody can come in and you will make more money as a result of going through this training. Here's the simplest model that works, very time constrained, that anyone can do. Number one is that you don't do one-on-one. You do one to many, but you don't do unlimited because you're probably not good enough to do that yet. But you can do semi-private. The reason semi-private is
okay. So we're not doing one-to-one. We're doing one-to-many. So that's the structure of the business. Okay, so one-to-many with a limit. Okay. Obviously, we got to see how much he's charging and how we're getting these customers. That's
one of the most profitable service models, is that you can charge 2/3 of what you can do one-on-one, but you can do it with 8 times as many people. If you have a group of 8 students, it's still a small group setting. They still get the personalized attention, but when they're taking problems, you can have them take turn doing the problem versus teaching someone.
Take turn doing the problem versus teaching the problem. So okay. Hey, student, this is going to be the thing. We're going to do 8 people in the class. You're going to get a chance to take turns doing the problem instead of me just teaching it. Yeah, a lot of people learn like this. In my business, when I'm helping out people in my business make more money, because that's what I do. I help people make more money. And I help them grow money. I help them make money in different things. But part of when I'm helping people do this, instead of me, especially like in some type of sales training, when I'm doing this, my goal is to teach you through some type of action, some type of repetition that's live training in your particular area field. So that's going to be the best way to learn. Now, so far, this is standard. I know we're only a minute in, and I'm like, you're nitpicking, you keep stopping the video, but I know I'm only a minute in. But these things are good things, but $1,000 a day? I guess what I'm looking for is the biggest thing, because I know Alex is good at this. Alex is amazing at getting people to actually come to the door and look at your business. So I know he's talking about the business, but he has a book called Leads. And we all know this. If you're in business for real, at the end of the day, you got the most amazing business model in the world. You can literally have the business model that cures cancer. And guess what? If no one knows it, it doesn't matter. Why do you think McDonald's is the absolute king of selling hamburgers? But guess what? Their hamburgers suck. But everybody knows it. You can probably make a better hamburger at your house than McDonald's. So I'm loving where we're at already. The video is short, so I'm nitpicking for a reason because he's going through a lot of info. I'm taking my notes. Like literally, I'm going through them. I'm being a good student because I'm a student of the game. I'm Joe Cashflow. I got to be a student of the game. So I'm going through the notes and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's make sure we find out this whole business model. I don't want to miss nothing. If I'm gonna make $30,000 a month in 4 hours, I don't want to miss nothing.
Someone on the problem. If you charge $60 an hour and you're doing one-on-one, which is the typical model that most people will do, you worked 4 hours, you would make a total of $240 versus doing one-on.
Wait, I missed the part. Let me rewind.
Typical model that most people will do. You worked 4 hours, you would make a total of $240 versus doing one-on-8. And if you charge $60 an hour and you're doing one.
I'm sorry, $60 an hour. That's the part. I was missing the price. $60 per hour. That's what I was missing. Okay, so we're getting somewhere.
One-on-one, which is the typical model that most people will do. You worked 4 hours, you would make a total of $240 versus doing one-on-8 and charging $35 with 8 people there. You make $1,100 for the same 4 hours. This is
okay. So instead of charging 60, you charge 35 per hour with 8 people. And that's where you're going to cash in. I mean, I'm not a mathematician. Let's see. 35 times 8. 35 times 8. Oh, times 4 hours. I'm sorry, times 4 hours. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. 35 times 8 times 4 hours, boom. So you're doing still 4 classes with 8 people each, which means 8 people for 4 hours. You need 32 people. Got it. Okay. Carry on, Alex.
When we talk about opportunity vehicles, 4.5 times more money per unit of time. Because you have this model and not the one-on-one model, from a money math perspective, if you charge $35, it's cheaper than the 60 that someone would charge one-on-one. You might be better, but you have 8 people. You're making $280 an hour. You do 4 of those hours a day, you're making $1,100 a day for 4 hours of work. You're one of those people who was a really good student, didn't know what to do. You could make more doing this than you could being a doctor, not have to go to school, not have to take loans, and still have your entire day and just work from 6 to 10. Not bad. What's cool about
Alex, I 100% agree. Not freaking bad at all. You're right. This is not bad at all. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm still trying to get to the main part of, I have your book here. I'm not a fan yet, but I've got your book here, right here. How do I get him as a lead? But I like I'm all in on the concept. I like it. My wheels are turning for me. So I'm in the concept. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
This, you could do it at free libraries. I got tutoring. I did it at free libraries. She didn't have to pay for that. I got to do it just at cost. All you have to do would be to get students that would pay you 3 times a week, and you would need 50 students to do that. 35.
Here we go. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Wait a second. He said 50 students 3 times a week. Okay. At $35. We in there. Let's go.
$5 a session would be a very nice sweet spot that most people could afford. And you price that, again, based on the fact that they would make $100,000 more a year if they go to these.
Now, keep in mind that $35 that they're paying. Let's make sure we're doing some math. They can afford $35 a session, but let's just get the calculator out. $35 a session, 35, and they got to pay you this 3 times a week. They're spending $105. Okay, for 3 hours. It's not like a lot of money, but if I'm guessing for a college student, that's $105. You times that by 4. This college student is putting in $420 a month. So that's the college student cost. It's $420 a month for this. 420. By the way, college students like this number 420, by the way, for different reasons. I promise you, they're all about 420, but it's literally not for probably this. But I get it. So they're going to spend 420. They're going to get a return of possibly $100,000 job. I'm with you. Let's go.
Better schools. In terms of packaging this, I would prefer to get people to prepay because I don't like transactional one-off things because it ties it too close to the time I'm spending. But I would work it out so that it would be $35 a session. I could probably estimate, in order for us to increase your child or student or your own score, every 1,000 problems statistically gives you an extra 20 points. Whatever that math would be, that would be obviously a core part of my selling pitch. We have to get you to do this many problems, which is going to take this much time. And so I would sell the goal, which is how much do you want to increase your test score? From a curriculum perspective.
Wait a minute, we got oh, Alex Hormozi is a sick, diabolical man. You got to listen to what this guy just said. I'm sorry. I don't know about anybody else on the stream, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Whether you're watching it now, whether you're watching it after the fact, this is going to get some views after the fact. I know that. But Alex Hormozi is a sick man. I think you got to listen to what he said. You're selling the point of how big of a score. So he said, I got to give you 1,000 problems. Every 1,000 problems, did he say is 20 points to your score? I'm going to attach that to the income that you're going to make. And boom, that's how we're going to package this thing. Package it on how much do you want your score to go up. Okay. Interesting. Let's listen to that again really quick. Because he kind of broke something nasty down. Real talk. He really did.
Schools. In terms of packaging this, I would prefer to get people to prepay because I don't like transactional one-off things because it ties it too close to the time I'm spending. But I would work it out so that it would be $35 a session. I could probably estimate, in order for us to increase your child or student or your own score, every 1,000 problems statistically gives you an extra 20 points. Whatever that math would be, that would be obviously a core part of my selling pitch. We have to get you to do this many problems, which is going to take this much time. And so I would sell the goal, which is how much do you want to increase your test score? From a curriculum perspective, you have a 3-day curriculum that you teach to class A.
That man, hey, he's making some sense. I got to give him that. He's making some sense on designing a business. Let's keep it going.
A and class B separately, and then the last day you do is the makeup for those people, but they would still have to pay the same rate, but that way they don't fall behind. So you literally don't have to do anything during the day. You could work a full-time job, you could play video games all day, and then just do tutoring 4 hours. Test prep is extremely repeatable if someone does the work. They did a research study. The test scores that people have on SATs and GMAT is directly proportional to the number of problems they solved before taking the test. It's a very
interesting. So you got some data. He's gonna. I'm guessing in our business model, we're gonna use this data to. Hold on, I gotta give my boy a shout out because he's definitely put it on here. Alex Hormozi is a straight dog, bro. 100%. He's nasty with it, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The boy is nasty with it. I'm sitting here like, I'm actually getting a little convinced about this business model. I mean, it's making some type of sense. Now, I still have not got to the part that I want to get to, is how do we get the people in there? But I think he's going to get to it. But he's breaking this thing down. and attaching it to the scores, 20 points, score, yeah, sick with it. That's sick with it. Let's keep it going.
Very clear input-output equation. The more problems someone does, the better their scores are. When I learned that one research graph, I bought every single GMAT phone book that I could find at Barnes & Noble's, and I did all of them. And that's how I scored above Harvard's GMAT. And it took me 4 months to do that. I worked personally 4 hours a day.
First of all, can we all, first of all, admit how ridiculously smart that this guy is? He took all the scores, all the books, read them all, and then crazy. This guy is, I mean, Alex Hormozi, number one, is smart. He's a smart guy. I think he went to school for accounting or something. So he's a smart guy in general. Nasty word.
Day doing problems. On Saturday, I would do a test to test my score to see if I got better. Kind of like chess, where there's pattern recognition. I was more motivated to be good at this test than any test I'd ever taken, which is why I got so motivated to help other people do it too, which is why I started thinking about that business. So if you are somebody who was pretty good at school, was pretty good at standardized tests, this is a really great opportunity that you can.
Okay, so I think the point though, I gotta at least put this. You have to at least be good at school and good at tests. So I love the video title because it's like, you know, as a student, you didn't say, Alex Hormozi didn't say as a good student. He didn't sit there and say, do this to make $30,000 as a good student that takes good tests. My man, and I'm not critiquing the video, but my man said, hey, do this as a student. But now he's like, hey, by the way, if you're a good student, you know, you're kind of smart, you're good at taking tests, this is kind of for you. So of course I'm thinking right now, my bad, I hit the mute button. Of course I'm thinking right now, Joe Cashflow. I'm getting ahead of myself. He's talking about $1 million. So let's see what he's going to say. But Joe Cashflow got to at least say this. I'm thinking for me, I was probably never good in school and made good tests. That's one of the reasons why I became an entrepreneur and ran my own business and hired people who's better at that than me. But Alex is giving Joe Cashflow some ideas because I'm like, what if I just find the people that's good at school and good at tests? And like, so I'm thinking of, I'm in college right now. Like, if you're listening to this and you see this, and you're like, man, you know what, man, the stream is about making this money as a college student. You're listening right now, and you're like, okay, where's the play? We're halfway through, but where's the play? Well, I'm already thinking that the play is simple. If you're good at school or good at tests, this is the business model for you so far. We're going to do a quick review over that. But I'm also like, wait a minute. If I'm not good at it, but what if I'm the person who's really, really popular and everybody knows me in school? I'm really popular in school. A lot of people know me. And then I'm like, but I'm not the best test taker. But then I partner with the smartest person in school, and I'm like, you want to make $30,000 a month with me? Sure. Hey, how about this? I'm gonna get the people to the door. So I'm gonna make sure we got 50 people every week. And I know what he's gonna talk about. We're gonna make sure the parents pay for that, because who cares more about their kids passing, the student or the parents? It's the parents, of course, because the parents want us to go to school. Man, I'm about to cook. So then I partner with you and I say, look, let's do this. I'm gonna keep 50 students in the class every single week. You're gonna spend the time doing this. I'm gonna spend all the time going to get the students. You're gonna spend the time teaching the students. Let's not even play games. Let's split this bad boy down the middle. You get 15K, I get 15K. Bro, if you're doing that, man, that's better than selling. Yes. You know what? I'm not gonna say, I don't want to get demonetized. I'm not gonna say what's better than selling. But I'm telling you right now, if a lot of brothers knew that they can do this, they would 100% be making a lot more money than what they be doing. And we have a lot more people passing college and getting in college easier if they just knew. So Alex, you might be onto something. I don't know what you're going to say next, but I'm already getting through your marketing thing. Let's hear what your marketing part got to be. But you might be onto something.
You make top 1% earning with no capital out of pocket, no rental space, no build out. First thing to do is hit up your network. All the people that you know, go knock doors, but also DMing people that are in your high school.
Here we go. Here we go. Alex, this is what we want been waiting to hear. This is what I've been asking. I said, hey, Alex, if you're gonna break this down, we want to know. We want to know. We want to know how I'm gonna get these people. So let's put this work in. I'm already liking how I started.
Top 1% earning with no capital out of pocket, no rental space, no build out. First thing to do is hit up your network. All the people that you know, go knock doors, but also DMing people that are in your high school. And you can say, hey, do you know anybody who needs test prep services? I got this score and I moved my score from X to Y just doing this. I'm walking people through it so that they can get the same test scores because I was able to get into a better college as a result of this score. So here's where I was. Here's what happened. Here's the method I used. Here's the outcome of the improvement. I would also be DMing parents and adults because I have no shame. If you want to start a business, you should probably get rid of your.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. Joe Cashflow was just talking about hit the parents up. What am I out here doing this for, man? That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I'm about to go live with my consultation. I'm literally, the $100 million man is literally talking about what Joe Cashflow is doing, man. I run $1 million business. I'm the $1 million man, but this is the $100 million man. We on the same page. What's that mean? That means that this thing is for sure going to work for you. We're already talking the same language. We're talking the same language. Come on, man. Hit the parents. And he's already about to give a crazy knowledge, man. No shame, no game. Like you're not getting no game if you ain't got no shame. So let's go.
Your shame because you're going to get embarrassed. So you just ask lots of people. And if you ask enough people and say, hey, I'm giving a free session to show how my whole method works and I'll do it for free. And if it makes sense for them, awesome. And what that is really more of a half assessment into a sales pitch. You do a little bit of at the beginning, show them one easy win that they can have. They see an improvement and then you transition like, this is how I teach. Do you like that? You give the first 5 to 10 for free and you do that. You say you have to do your homework. And every day you don't do your homework, I will bill you. You have some skin in the game. And then they might even like that where they're going to be way more motivated to actually do the work. And then in so doing, they will get even better test scores. At the end of that, there's 3.
I love that. So you give the first, this is like, you ever go to the mall? You know, go to the mall and what do you got the people giving you samples? You go to Sam's Club, they're giving you samples and they're like, hey, try this out. Yummy. This is going to taste good. Here's a little yummy something. You try, you're like, that's pretty good. Now, if you like me, and they got like 3 or 4 different things on there. I'm like, let me try this one. I can't remember how this one tasted. Boom, you know, man, you go on Sam. Well, look, when I didn't make a whole lot of money, I would go to Sam's shopping on the first. Like all the people who are rich, they don't go to Costco's and Sam's on the first. They go when no one's there. Me, I used to go on the first because I'm like, man, look, they're going to have all the food out there, all the vendors. Sweetheart, we don't need to go nowhere for lunch. We're going to Sam's Club. We're going to get a cheap hot dog, cheap pizza. We're going to go around, eat everybody's food. And we're going to get full, right? The tummy's going to be good. And then we'll finish our shopping. That's what the cheap people did. But this is the method. Give it away for free. 5 to 10 people. I'll charge you if you don't do the work so I can get proof of concept. I need that proof of concept. I need some social proof and some proof of concept. There we go. Alex is cooking. He's cooking. I'm not going to lie. This is making some type of sense. We might just be having to do like a part 2 where I actually try this out and then I sit here and like, I don't know, go make 30K. Oh, let's see. 6,000. No, 6,500 in a week. That's 60,000. What am I talking about? 7,500. I go make $7,500 in a week. And then come back on Joe Cashflow and see if it works. I might have to, that might be what the YouTube part is going to be. I got to get some content anyway for my long format. And that may be what I do. I may watch these reactions and then go actually put them into work on YouTube and see what happens. I mean, and post it on YouTube. All right, let's keep it going.
3 things you're going to ask for them. Feedback on things that could be better, viewer testimonial, and you're going to ask them for a referral. There's the big 3 that you're going to do.
The big 3. This is the big 3. Feedback, review, referral. This is business one-on-one.
Do in exchange for doing the work for free. If you get more than 10 people who really want, then guess what? You can just start charging. Once you have the referrals and the testimonials, post the testimonials. Let me know if you're interested too. Very simple. They post. Anybody who engages, you can DM them with better offer. If that was my first 10, my next 10 I'm doing for half off. Those are not super hard right hooks because they're inspiring.
I like it. So he's doing the first. So listen to this. So this is the lead section. First 10 free. Second 10 half off. So within, I'm guessing 2 weeks. No, you need 50. So maybe, let's just say this. I'm guessing in 2 weeks, you already got 20 possible testimonials.
For a lot of people think it's cool, and then you have call to actions which drive into your DMs, and then you can upsell them from there. Beyond that, the other 2 ways would be reaching out to people who you don't know, not just people you do know, and then running ads. Most people could just do people they know, referrals, going to sports teams where they need tutoring and saying, hey, I know some of these guys are worried about getting into school. I know they're not trying to go to Ivy, but they need to get above.
Hey, look, I probably would have been a D1 athlete if there was somebody in this school. No, I'm lying. Who am I kidding? Joe Cashflow loved money too much. I would have, if I would have only been a D1 athlete, they would have been paying me to play football at that point, man. I was trying to go get to the paper. I had a friend that was making this is 2006, 2007. My man is driving a Corvette at 19 years old, making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. I'm like, man, screw sports. This dude is making way more money than I know people making that's in their 40s and 50s. He drive a Corvette at 19 years old. I want to do that. So Joe Cashflow would have for sure been on the other side. I'd have been helping all my athlete brothers and sisters who's had better school grades than me. I'd be like, look, I got this guy. I got this young lady. We got this little tutoring set up at the house. I'm going to help you get your grades up because you've been doing pretty good, but you got to pass the standard test anyway. Hey, I'm going to go talk. Oh, my God, man. There's so many ways to get out. Hey, man, let's go talk to the board. Let's go talk to the, I'm forgetting what the booster club. Let's go talk to the booster club. When we go talk to the booster club, I'm going to talk to all the parents. I'm a good athlete anyway. And then, look, let's just see what happens. Let's get half your kids a better score, make some money. That's what I would have been doing. But I would have been an athlete, D1 athlete, if somebody would have probably did this for me. But then again, Joe Cashflow would have been all about the money. Let's keep it going.
Of an X to get in with their sports scholarship or whatever, you can go to the teams, it spreads really quickly, and then all the lacrosse dudes or all the hockey dudes could come at the same time after practice. If you do a good job.
Bro, lacrosse, hockey, what school did he go to? What school did Hormozi go to? Come on, man. What high school did he go to? My high school didn't have lacrosse and hockey. My high school had basketball, football, baseball. You know, did we have soccer? We did have soccer. We had soccer too. We had basketball, football, baseball, soccer. But of course, I'm from Texas, baby. You know, and that whole thing was always a football country. But we definitely didn't have lacrosse, and we sure enough didn't have hockey. So I don't know what school you went to, bro. It would have been the football team, the basketball team for me. Probably the soccer team, the track team was cool too.
Job, the word of mouth will spread. That's it. It doesn't have to be a complicated amount. Maybe it takes you 6 months to build up your student base to be at $1,000 or $1,100 a day. Would you rather do that than spend 4 years in college, go into debt, and not make money the entire time and have to work full time to do that? Your call. So you could do all that stuff that I just.
Hell of a point. Hell of a point. Alex, wait a minute. Hell of a point. 6 months to build a business. That's what I like about this guy's content. It's the reason why he's got 2.3 million. He's like, hey man, look, by the way, you kind of baited us in. You imagine this being the title of the video. In 6 months, you'll make $30,000 a month as a good student. People would have been like, no, I don't want to do that. But he's giving the reality. Dude, it can take you 6 months to really build up the clientele to start making $1,000 a day. In the meantime, what's the alternative, right? When you're making good decisions, one of the best ways to make good decisions, Patrick Bet-David talks about this in a video, how to make tough decisions. One of the best ways to make a decision is to weigh, different outcomes, to have the alternatives. Hey man, what's my worst case scenario? What's my best case scenario? Worst case scenario, you're already broke in high school anyway. You're broke in college anyway. Best case scenario, you spend 6 months and you make more money than most people ever make in their lifetime. Hell of a point, Mr. Hormozi.
sit on your own with basically no help and get yourself to a top 1% earning income, which is better than anything you're going to get after college anyways. You can do it in 6 months without risking the money, the time, and the debt. But if you wanted to go Super Saiyan, you can have other.
Let's go Super Saiyan. Ah, boom. Let's go Super Saiyan.
People do those things for you, because then you just get really good at getting the students to sign up and say yes. And then you templatize your process for how you get them to do more problems, because that's the most predictable way of increasing their score. And so then you have a teacher who you can pay $50 an hour. You make the spread between the 280 and the 50. And many teachers will happily work for $50 an hour. And if
Hormozi, you are sick, man. Sick, man. This boy's sick. What's wrong with this guy? Man, light the chat up. Man, we're down to the last couple minutes of the stream. Light the chat up. Come on, man. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. This boy just said, look, you want to go get the million? The people, that's the average. Come on, man. I got to do this. I have to do this. We got to do this. If we already, what is the average college professor make? Let's see. Average college professor salary. 66,100. Oh, wait, my bad. Y'all don't see this. Boom. Here we go. 66,000, 100,000. That's Glassdoor. Indeed, in Texas. College Station, man. What are they doing? Oh, that's highest paying cities. I don't want the highest. I want the average. Full professors in the U.S. made an average of. So professors making 155. That's actually a lot of money. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. That's a lot of money for a professor. I didn't know they made that much money, to be honest with you. Let's see, $50 times, they roughly gonna work about 40, 80, 160 times 12. Got it. So definitely do not call a college professor. They make a lot more money than this for the best in college. But let's see, average. But you don't need a college professor, right? I did a college professor. Let's do average high school. Wait a minute. I get it how I live. Uh-oh. What's up with the battery? What's up with the battery? What's going on? What's going on? Oh. That's my bad. Let me do this. So let's see. Average high school teacher salary. All right, you may not get the college student. There we go. Texas, there's a lot of people that make money in Texas. So Texas is the average high school teacher salary in Texas, $64,000 as of April 24, 2024. That's this year, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So that means that if you help them out at $50 an hour, that's $96,000 a year. Of course, they're not doing that forever, but why in the world would they not? Alex, man, you kind of going crazy with this one. Think about that. They're making, you're paying them more for 4 hours. Of course they're going to do that. They're going to make, in that 4 hours, they're going to make a quick $200. They're already going to do some student stuff. You're partnering with them. Come on, man. Alex, you really are cooking on this one. I got to give it to you. You're kind of cooking on this one. Let's go ahead and finish up this video.
If you really wanted to run really crazy margins, which I prefer to, I like to have my service-based margins at 80% or higher, which means that my cost per unit below 56. So 50 works there. That means you can pay good people. They could make more than they're making with the real job. They're happy to do it. The students are happy to pay it because it's less than one-on-one. And then all the while, you get to scrape everything off the top without ever having risk. And then those 4 hours you get back, what do? You promote more. You market more. You sell more. You get more people in, and you find other teachers. So then what happens is you start getting a development pipeline for getting students in and a pipeline for getting teachers in. Hey, teacher, it said 50. Do you have any other teacher friends friends who you think would be good at this? Yeah, I've got 10 friends who would love to make twice as much money in half the time. Great, send them my way. Then you get a line of teachers who are waiting for you to find them students, and a line of students that are ready to come in groups. You want to go God mode. You can do 4 teachers.
God mode. Boom. Okay. This bad boy. I know what he's doing. Now it's just duplication. Now we're just duplicating it. So we got the system down. Now we're just duplicating the system. That's all he's doing is just duplicating the system. You just add teachers, you add more teachers, you got more students running, you got more classes running. So if you're doing that, I get what you're about to, I know what you're about to say. I know how you're about to get to $1 million. Because if you're averaging with what you're about to say, with the 4 teachers, and they're bringing in all $1,000 a day for the business. So if all 4 teachers are now bringing in $1,000 a day, let's just do some math. You know, I like math. Math is a good thing. So all 4 teachers are bringing in $1,000 a day. So that's $1,000 times 30. Yeah, you're at 120. Okay, we know where you're going with this, bro.
Rather than 1, and they're now getting paid $50 an hour. You're still making your same $280, but you're making $1,100-ish per hour because you got 4 guys working. So at the end of the day, just that half day of 4 hours with 4 people working, you're making $4,400 a day, and you paid each of them $200 each, $800 off $4,400.
Come on, man. Did I just do the math? Did I not just do the math? Come on, man. Joe Cashflow is out here going crazy. Sometimes good info is just not appreciated the right way, man. Come on, man. Hormozi said God mode. Let's get it, man. Ready for sure. Like ready, bro. I'm seeing how he's running the play of how to get to $1 million with this same concept. And the scary part about this, this is not like a crazy thing. I gotta say this. Can I talk to you really quick? Talk to me, baby. Either way, look, the scary part about this is once you get the system going, like he said, you get the system going and it gets to flowing, and then you get to cash flowing, and man, now you're just making money. Not just making money, but the system is simple. The system is so simple because all he's doing is saying, okay, now that we got one thing that works, everybody's benefited. There's nothing like having a good business that everybody benefits. So the teacher makes more than what they're normally making. You're making money. They're not tripping because they make more than what they was getting paid at their job. They're only working 4 hours a day. Now you're just sitting there flooding the system, and this bad boy is going crazy. Man, let's see how this man closes this video to see what he says next. Because, man, this was a crazy strategy right at the end.
100. You're looking at $3,600 a day. Does anybody know what it takes to make $1 million a year in income? Survey says $3,300 a day. You're at 36. Guess what? You now make $1 million a year. You're more than above the top 1%, and you do it with 4 employees that are part-time and some hustle.
Ha! Man, sick. Man, Alex Hormozi, you know what? He kind of was like, look, how the video started, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little shaky, man. It was a little shaky. Because he's like, look, man, you can sit out here and make $1,000 a day. And I'm like, man, that's kind of shaky to say that you can make $1,000 a day as a student. Then he breaks it down. The biggest takeaways I got from this, this is the biggest takeaways I got from how to make $1,000 a day as a student, man. We're about to hit the hour mark, man. So, man, the stream has been going crazy. Everything has definitely been on fire. He says, show me. Hey, man, look, let's break down the last bit of this bad boy. Show me. Appreciate the comment, Aaron. Absolutely. So the whole point of this thing is to just have the system where you're undercutting. This is the key. You're undercutting your competition. So that's the whole thing. A lot of businesses do this. Walmart became one of the biggest businesses to ever exist because they understood that, man, there's a lot of specialty chain stores, a lot of local stores. And what we need to do is we need to charge for the same thing, get more people in. So that's what Walmart doing the same thing. Walmart said, you know what, you specialize in this little groceries, you specialize in clothes in the local market, you specialize in this. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to come in with a different package, get more people in for a lower price, right? Walmart's whole thing is what? Low prices. That's their whole thing. And then they get into the market and they say, we got a great offer. We're going to get a whole bunch of people talking about it. We're going to completely we're just going to terrorize everybody because you can't beat our prices for the same thing and you're getting the same value. And that's all this is. Instead of sitting there competing with all of the people doing one-on-one private classes at $60 an hour, you say, look, I'm going to give you a better experience for $35. And people, like, humans love communities. If you have a business and you don't understand how communities work when it comes down to business, humans, even though people want to stay at home, they love communities. So now you put everybody in a community. You say, look, because you're in this community, you're going to all pass together. People feed off communities. They feed off competition. They love it. And so this whole strategy was like, look, then we get them all in there. You get 8 people in the class. So now you got the exclusive, I hate saying this word, exclusivity. You got that part down. You put them in there. You're like, hey, I can only have 8 people. So now you got people waiting at the door. And the only way to get more people to come through the door, you do what? You hire more teachers. Now, while you're doing that and building your reputation, in only 6 months, guys, I've been building a business. I've built multiple businesses. Some made it, some didn't make it. My new one is kind of doing very, very well. And we got more to come. And here's the thing. 6 months to do this as a college student, he is absolutely correct. It makes sense. He said a key thing. So you keep expanding. But the key thing to even make this work, as I'm closing, the key thing to make this thing work is what? You got to still have some hustle, man. If you don't have if you just worried about being embarrassed, man, you got to have no shame. You're going to have no game. You can't be, absolutely very interesting. Like you can't be sitting out here, sitting here scared. Call everybody. Call the mama. Call the parents. Send a DM. And then he broke down the strategy to get the leads. Now, I would have liked to hear more on how to get the leads, maybe a little bit more efficient ways and what to say, but that's just an 8-minute video, man. But I will tell you this, if you're watching after the fact, do this. I'm curious. Joe Cash, I want to do an experiment. If you're watching this after the fact, you hit the like, subscribe button, drop in the comment section, should Joe Cashflow, just for fun, should I actually create this business and then do a vlog about it and see how much steam we can create? Because what I like about it is I can help some teachers make an extra, by the way, extra $200 a day for a teacher. You know how much money that is? Extra $200 a day for a teacher times 30 is an extra $6,000. We already did the math. We know most teachers, this is their income salary. They're doing this in 4 hours. So I'm helping to make an extra $6,000. So here's the thing. I like this. So should Joe Cashflow do it? Should we do a YouTube vlog of building this business model out for 6 months? Should we test the theory? 6 months. I'll give you some live updates, different streams. We do it for 6 months. We see if we can build Alex Hormozi's business model for 4 hours of work, making $30K, and then see if we can even build it up to be $1 million business in 6 months. Man, let me know, because I think that would be a hell of a time and a fun time. So with that being said, I'm like, dang, Super Saiyan God mode, man. That was actually a great video. I was looking for the part of the video to be like kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest with you, kind of scammy. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking for it. I'm like, man, I'm looking for the worst part of it. But Mr. Hormozi, I gotta admit, it was legit. It made a lot of sense. It just took a little bit of work ethic, and I worked a lot harder for a lot of other things. So it's kind of legit. So, man, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, man. Joe Cashflow, man, if you enjoyed this episode, man, today, of course, next Friday at 10 p.m. We start a little bit early, but at 10 p.m. next Friday, we are going to be live on the Joe Cashflow. Man, hit the like, subscribe, man. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to try this business model out. I might even try it. I think it would be some fun type of content to try a business model out, make a whole vlog, 6-month vlog, building this whole business out for you. Seeing if I can make money in 4 hours worth of work. I had to find the time, but why not? The other thing is, man, if you like reaction videos like this on real business ways to make money, I love content like this. I love talking about money. I love other ways to make money. Even though this is not my business, I love talking about business all the time. So if you want to talk more about business and you like this type of stuff, man, show your boy some love by, of course, sharing this, man, checking it out, sharing with somebody, giving me a comment to let me know, man, I love this type of content. Man, we're going to keep going live. We're going to keep going hard, man. I do appreciate the people who have been a subscriber to the channel. You know, we actually grew. This is our first month streaming. We've already grew with 25 new subscribers this month. I'm super excited. We're getting almost a subscriber a day. So I'm super excited. I'm going to put out even more content. I got so many different things that we're going to be doing on the Joe Cashflow Show. Not just the live content on the Friday nights. We got so many things that we're doing as we're hiring editors, as I'm getting camera stuff and everything that we're doing. So, man, if you like this type of content, support the channel by just sitting there doing something very simple, hitting subscribe, hit the like button, man, and share this bad boy after the fact. There may be a student that wants to make real money and they don't want to waste their time going to school. So share the video with them. Your boy, he's $100 million man. I'm $1 million man. I broke the thing down for you through his video, and I'm giving a stamp, boom, of approval to say that was some serious stuff, man. I love what Alex said, man. So go out there, go get that money, go Super Saiyan, go God mode, go get paid. Either way, with that being said, Joe Cashflow, man, the show is over. I appreciate you guys getting on, man, and I'm gonna see you guys next Friday at 10 p.m. on the Joe Cashflow Show live. Holla at your boy.